Hi, good morning, YouTube. How are you doing? Happy Friday. It's nearly the weekend, whatever that means to you. I'm just going to jump on Instagram just in a second right now to let's go. Hey, Instagram, you got a nice big close up of my hand right now there. Sorry about that. So yeah, happy Friday. We made it. Week one of whatever this is. It's now time for the weekend. It's now time to chill. And it's going to be good. Whatever your weekend looks like to you, I hope that you spend some time just relaxing, not working, and doing something really good for yourself. Whether that's a lion or whether that's going for a walk if you're able to. Maybe it's making something good in the kitchen if you got the ingredients. Do something good for you. So yeah, I'm going to get comfortable. We're going to be moving through quite a powerful flow this morning. And powerful does not necessarily mean that we need to have like years and years of yoga experience or really advanced yoga practice. Hello, good morning, Margaret. Good to see you. So yeah, we're going to be moving through something that's a little bit more powerful perhaps than usual today. And that is good because when we move through something powerful, that's how we can change, it's how we can grow and transform. And maybe transforming isn't exactly the biggest thing on our minds right now. Maybe we're just trying to survive and cope and get by. But we can also transform the way that we cope and survive and get by. And so that maybe we can have a little bit more ease, a little bit less kind of constriction, as we're talking about the other day. So one of the biggest messages that I personally live by and preach is that we can cultivate fire when we move energetically, right? We can literally change our energy to create some heat. Literally, maybe we're a little bit glowy. Maybe we are just feeling heat through our muscles, through our breath, through our body. But it's through this heat, through this fire that we can really use this fire as like a catalyst for change or for growth. So again, whether that growth for you is literally just trying to have a little bit more sense of ease through this time that we are moving through right now, whatever else that might be for you, I'm going to find some of that. And I get a lot of inspiration through this concept of fire. I get a lot of kind of creativity, again, inspiration. I feel awesome when I think about this state of using fire and heat and energy. So the X-Force just turned on. I get a lot of inspiration from that. That's one of my biggest kind of wells I draw from through my creativity. And I wanted to, discuss quite a bit about inspiration today. I use the word inspiration as kind of my word of the year in 2019. And this concept literally changed my year and changed the way I live even now that we're not in 2019 anymore. This concept of inspiration really made me think about not only how I can inspire others through my teaching, through my work, but also how I can inspire myself, which is probably the most important thing in anybody's lives, right? How we can stay inspired ourselves, and then we can pass that message on as a kind of a consequence. So I just wanted to pause here just for a moment and just have a think about this idea of inspiration. What does it mean for you? What does it look like for you? If you're kind of a note taker, you may even want to grab pen and paper and just jot down a few words. I can tell you right now, for me, inspiration means life. It means being vibrant and alive and creative. For me, it means living life to the fullest, whatever that might be at any one time. It's about being the best version of ourselves. So if any of you feel compelled to share, you are more than welcome to. I would, as always, love to hear from you guys. It's always nice to know I'm not just talking to myself on the screen. So if anybody wants to kind of have a think about what inspiration means to you, and then you're welcome to share it if you want. Share it with the group. But yeah, regardless, I was going to share a little bit about, hi, welcome, good morning, Jennifer. So yeah, I was going to share a little bit about the kind of strategies, the tips, the tools that I use to make 2019 all about inspiration. And so yeah, inspiration was my word of the year. And one thing that it actually took me into, I'm going to start with this thing because it's probably the most significant element of what I did. Although, unfortunately, I didn't actually think about it until maybe halfway through the year. But hey, better late than never. And I would probably say that this one thing really shifted my entire year, my future. So this one thing was taking a picture that inspired me every single day. And this picture could be something that I did. It could be something that I saw out in when I was doing my thing and walking around. It could be, for example, an inspiring message that somebody posted on Instagram that really resonated with me. Maybe if I was having a bad day, maybe it was just taking a selfie because I got out of bed that day and I was feeling pretty awesome about doing that. You know, it's not even the big things. And I think that this is where it really comes in really important right now, because although, yeah, maybe we may have to stay at home a little bit, maybe we might just be able to have that one daily walk. But I really think that we can still get inspired by the little things. Maybe it's your morning cup of coffee and you've cooked it, you've like prepared it to perfection. Perhaps it's the fact that you're about to do some yoga practice. Maybe you're going to take a after yoga selfie, or maybe you can screenshot this if this is really inspiring you, whatever. Maybe it's a page of a book that you're reading, or the fact that you spoke to a friend. Maybe it's something that you wrote and you just want to screenshot that. So although inspiration sounds like a really big, poignant, dramatic concept, in fact, it can literally just be the simple little things in life that have this most profound shift for us. Excuse me. So again, just to reiterate that for the people who just joined, trying to take a picture every single day of something that inspires you. Can be something little, can be something big. It can just whatever inspired you that day. And I actually ended up making, what I did was I just literally just put every single inspiring picture to favorites on my iPhone. So you know how you have that little favorite folder? I just heart everything and it ended up right there. And so I ended up having probably it had been about 180 photos, because I only started in the last 6 months of last year, about 180 photos of things that really inspired me. And it was really incredible to look back and scroll up and see all those awesome pictures. It's like, yeah, man, I rocked that day. Or yeah, that quote still really inspires me right now. So it's just a really nice way of cataloging what inspires us. And we can also use this little catalog of pictures to direct us into, say, oh, maybe reading this book, it really inspired me because I've taken quite a few different pictures, like screen grabs or whatever from that book. So, hey, maybe I should read more. Maybe I should read more from that author. Maybe I should read more whatever genre of book that might be, So I think we can use these pictures that inspire us to direct us and kind of fine-tune what it is that really inspires us. Because, hey, sometimes we don't even necessarily know until we start. So yeah, maybe it's like a little video of you doing your morning dance. It's a dance party in the house. That's just me doing that at the moment. Or maybe it's Again, maybe it's the fact that you got out of bed that morning. Maybe it's the fact that you set your alarm, you screenshot that. The list goes on, make it your own. But I really want to challenge you all to try and do that if you want to, because I, again, found it one of the biggest shifts for me for last year about feeling inspired. So if you do start to do that, please let me know, because I want to hear. Instagram me, it's just at the Yoga Transformative. I want to know, keep me in the loop. You can even, after a few days, if you got a little collage of pictures going on, then just feel free to upload that to the gram and hashtag me in, because I want to know, I want to see what inspires you, and I want to cheer you on. So yeah, that was probably the biggest thing that I did last year in terms of inspiration. Another thing was, as we've spoken about before, having a routine, but a routine that really inspires me. So I literally, last year, I cut out everything that was causing toxicity in my life, anything that was not inspiring me. This was even some people. It was some mindsets, some old beliefs that I was holding on to. It was habits, behaviors that I was doing that didn't really serve me or I didn't really feel good about anymore. The list goes on. So getting a bit ruthless about what's in your life and then making the things that do inspire you, making them a really integral part of your routine. Maybe that's getting up and having a nice hot cup of coffee while looking out the window and watching the birds. You do you, whatever inspires you, do more of that. And again, I think that photo exercise really helps us to fine-tune what that is. So let me know how that resonates with you. Let me know if anybody's going to try that. And you better keep me posted on how it goes if you do. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. But seriously, I think it's just even if I do say so myself, I think it's a really good idea. Especially right now when we're all kind of losing track of time, like, how is it Friday already? Then also, just a really nice way of just seeing how we're doing each day, a little photo diary, but in the most positive way. So rather than like a photo of like, oh, can't be bothered, life sucks, what's going on? Instead, we can make this a really positive, optimistic, and inspiring experience. So again, just let me know how that lands, let me know who's there, and let's start to do some meditation after that. Has anybody going to try this? Ooh. Anybody? Well, whether you do or don't, and you should, then that's your choice. And if you don't want to share it right now, that's okay too. Cool. So we'll move into our regular meditation practice, kind of breaking down what we're going to be doing for the next 45 minutes. We'll move into this meditation practice that we've been working through. Yay, Faye! Yes, amazing. I'm glad that you love it. And start today. Why not? I really did make a huge difference. Oh, Margaret, daily sketchbook project. Is that as enduring? Or that sounds amazing anyway too. Oh, I love these ideas. So if it's a sketchbook, are you kind of creating that art? Are you creating those drawings or whatever medium you're using? And is that going to, and what are you going to be drawing? Is that going to be creative, free drawing, free art? That's not a word. Freestyle. And I'm so glad that you are both doing something creative and inspiring for yourselves. Yeah, awesome. So just getting creative, Margaret, just like free drawing. You have free writing, right? Is free drawing a word? I don't even know, but I think that it should be. So anyway, focus, Tabby, focus. So again, just what we're going to, painting, oh my God, I'm great at focus. But painting or collage, awesome. That's going to be so good. And hey, we've got so much time, especially right now. So I think getting creative and getting arty is Such a great idea, definitely. And yeah, regardless of whether you can draw or paint or anything, or whether you seem to be missing out on that artistic streak, we can still get really creative in whatever we do. It can be creative cooking, it can be creative singing, it can be creative writing, anything. But right. So we're going to move to that meditation that we have been practicing the last week or so. And we are then going to move into a little bit of a flow on our mats. Just to give you a heads up on that, we might need a couple of blocks. We also, if you feel pretty flexible through the backs of your legs, you may not want blocks. But if you have them, you may want to grab them. And as always, if you don't have any blocks, then feel free to grab a big stack of books if you have anything like that. So meditation practice, finishing with some pranayama. We're going to practice this it's one of my favorite ways to breathe, actually, some really energizing but simultaneously grounding breaths. So if that all sounds good to you, then we're going to get it started. And I put my mat a little bit further back, so I hope you guys can hear me. I speak up when I step back. I want not to be the headless yoga teacher anymore. We've had enough of that this week. So let's get started. Let's find a really comfortable way to sit, whether you are seated on the floor, on a chair, or even lying down on your back if that feels really comfortable, especially if you're still in bed. Let's try not to fall asleep. Take a few moments, take a few breaths just to get a little bit more comfortable, get selfish with your comfort. So if there's anything you need to move out the way, if you need to grab any props like a cushion to sit on, you just want to sit in a different seat because you know cross-legged or anything else doesn't feel too great for you after a couple of minutes, then do what you need to do. But comfort is everything. You can relax your hands. But keep our hands actually in our lap just for now. The palms can face up towards the ceiling. And then use this spiraling open through your upper arms to open it through the shoulders and broaden across the collarbones. So we're not trying to round. Instead, we're just trying to open across the front body. Find a gentle focus for your eyes. Somewhere for you to look at. Not particularly looking or searching for anything in particular. Instead, just finding a comfortable space and then gently fixing your gaze there. Noticing what you can see right in front of you in the center of your vision. Also what you can see in the periphery of your vision. Space to the left. Space to the right. Not trying to turn your head, just not even trying to change the focus of the direction that you're looking in. Seeing what you can see on the very outsides of your vision. See what you can see right on the horizon of your vision, so as far forwards as you can without changing your gaze. Without changing your eyes again, just noticing what you can see and how far back you can see. Maybe it's almost to your elbows. Being aware of what is at the top of your vision. And at the very bottom of your vision. Mindful of any sounds you can hear. Maybe the sound of my voice. Maybe any noise from outside. Cars. dog barking, birds singing. Maybe just embracing the quiet if you cannot hear anything. Be mindful of the sensation of your body connecting to you, to the surface that you are on, the floor, the chair. Feel your sit bones really earth you down. And then rise up from the crown of your head, so lengthening from the waist. Shoulders still soft, jaw relaxed. When you feel ready, you can go ahead and close down your eyes, so shifting our attention away from what we can experience in an external sensory way. Instead, let's focus on what we can experience internally. The breath, the body, any spaces that feel stuck or stiff or tight. Let's get inspired and notice the spaces that feel good, relaxed, at ease. Even if they're just as small as a grain of sand right now. Can you breathe a little bit more intentionally? Can you breathe a little bit more deeply? So taking our breath down, so breathing almost more from the abdomen. Finding our two-part breath if that feels good for you, the inhaling belly first and chest. Exhaling to reverse that action, just keeping this two-part breath. Even as we breathe with a little bit more awareness, can we still keep our breath easy, not forced? Slowing down kind of the rate of our breath. So although we're still breathing to the same volume, or maybe even a little bit deeper, we're breathing slower, so it takes longer to get to that volume. Imagine you're blowing up a balloon. We're just blowing this balloon up steadily, slowly. There's no rush to breathe. Check in with your body. Has any tension crept in? Can you take a really softening, relaxing breath out to let all that tension melt away? As we breathe in, we're bringing in maybe inspiration, more energy, prana. As we breathe out, we're releasing anything that does not serve us, that does not light us up. Anything we do not need anymore. Connecting to our intuition, let's place one hand across your forehead lengthwise. And the other hand can find your heart. Just feel the connection of both hands to you, to your body. Feel the beat of your heart. And your hand on your forehead connecting you to your intuition. Find calm as you smooth away tension from your forehead. Yes, sit up tall. And then asking yourself, how am I doing today? What do I need? What serves me the most? And how can I arrive at my most inspired self today and this weekend? And what can I let go of to make space for more inspired action and mind? As you breathe in, let's bring both hands together just in front of your heart, palms connect. And start rubbing your hands together as fast as you can, creating some heat, some energy, transformative fire in between your hands. And then when you feel like you create enough heat, just place both hands across both eyes. It's transferring that heat from the external to the internal. Gently start to blink open your eyes. And relaxing your hands down by your sides, let the light back in. Let's get moving. Let's find our mat. So we're going to arrive in tabletop. So hands and knees. If your wrists feel a little bit still kind of sleepy, maybe a little bit stiff, you can grab your blocks. I might actually do that for myself today. This can help us just create a little bit less weight into our wrists, I find, to get a little bit more sense of ease. We're going to find some cat-cow breaths. Again, hands can be on blocks, or the floor, whatever serves you. It doesn't really matter either way. Spread your fingers wide, take a deep breath in right here. And just checking in with your alignment, shoulders above your wrists as you breathe out, knees beneath your head. Inhaling, tilt the tailbone to the sky, draw your belly down, lift the heart, look up. And as you breathe out, chin to chest, your shoulder blades away from each other, round through the back body as you tuck your tailbone down. 2 more times. How slowly can you move? Lifting tailbone, lifting heart, breathe in. Rounding through, breathe out. Inspired action does not always have to be dramatic or fast. Last time, inhaling, lift out, heart through the gateway of your eyes. And exhale, push into your palms as you hollow out through the front body. Spine tabletop, come back to neutral spine. And slowly from here, let's extend your right leg out behind you. Toes can point down to the mat, but keep the foot lifted. Creating some fire, take a deep breath in here. Push that right heel away from you towards the wall behind you. And as you breathe out, bring your knee in towards your nose, round through the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, extend it back. Keep the legs straight, keep it lifted. And exhale, bring the knee all the way in, round through the spine, draw your lower ribs in towards you to the front of your core. Last time, breathe in, extend it back. And exhale, let's keep the right leg straight, but drop the foot down towards the back of the mat. Swing your left foot to the left edge of your mat. So the shin will be a little bit of a diagonal. Make sure left hand is underneath your left shoulder. So reach your right hand all the way up towards the Spygate pose. Anchoring down the outer edge of your right foot, the straight leg. And slowly stretch your right arm up and over your right ear. Like trying to reach towards the front of the mat or beyond. Find this amazing side body stretch all the way down to that right side. See if you can spiral your upper body, spiral your torso towards that right side of your mat, so towards what you can see in front of you. Inhale, reach your right hand all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, maybe this will get right, it's a little bit more challenging. Lift that right leg. Keep your right hip stacked on top of your left. And keep that right leg straight as you can. So push that right heel away from you. Do a few little circles to wake up to the outer hip. If that feels good, circling through that right leg. One way and then the other. Pause here for a breath in. And then bring your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, pause here, find that balance, breathe in. And land that right foot to the top of your mat in between your blocks if you're using them. Right hand can lower down to the right of your right foot. And adjust your stance, bring your left foot back behind that left knee. Lunge. Inhaling Anjaneyasana, lift the hands as you lift the heart maybe a little bit. Reach your hands towards the sky. And exhale, bring your hands down to frame your right foot. Tuck your left toes, lift that left knee, breathe in. And exhale, lift the left foot, step it forwards to meet your right. Have a little bit of a wiggle here, bend one knee, then the other. Shake your head, move your hips. So both feet are at the top of the mat. Hands are kind of framing your feet. Again, just use the blocks, don't use the blocks, so it feels good. Have a little bit of time just to have some free movement here. Get inspired, see what feels good for you. For me, I know my hamstrings, the backs of my legs, or my calves especially, actually, are normally the tightest first thing in the morning. So having a little bit of bend through one knee than the other can be really nice for that. Maybe you're feeling that it's your jaw, your head, your shoulders are feeling really tight. See, shake it all out. Find some stillness. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen through the back body. Find that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees if you need. Find high mountain. Let's rise all the way up. Reach your hands to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Create some power. Let's bring all the way into your right foot. Start to bring that left knee in towards the chest. Oh, surprise balance. Find your balance. Find the breath. And focusing your gaze again on one point in front of you. This is your drishti. Can you reach your arms all the way up towards the sky? Inhale. And exhale, hands back to your heart. Do not worry if you wobble or falls. Come right back on it. That is what counts. One more time. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause here, just one more breath in. Lift the chest slightly towards your thumbs. And exhale, step that left foot to the very back of your mat. Slowly as you can. 3, 2, 1. If you are working with me then, nice work. Reach your arms to the sky now in a higher lunge. Just like Anjaneyasana, but this time our back knee is lifted. Settle, sink a little bit deeper, exhale. Look in between your thumbs, breathe in. And exhale, hands lower down to frame your right foot. Again, blocks if you want them. I'm just going to work with blocks less, felt like it. Oh, I'm a bit of a shadow, aren't I? I just want us all to hang out with our hands on our blocks, the right knee bent, and our back knee lifted. Closing down these blinds. Is that better? That is better. Yeah. Press your hands into the blocks or the mat. See if you can lift your right heel. Become a little bit further forward so you can see. In fact, this is really, really challenging for you to lift your right heel. Just bring your hands and all the blocks further forwards than that right foot. And this will help give us a bit more space. So lift that right heel, press into your palms. And can you lift your right toes? So the whole of that right foot is hovering. Step it back, plank pose, breathe out. Pause here for a moment. Engage your core, engage your glutes, push your palms into the surface beneath and round through your shoulder blades. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Bit of fire for us in the morning right there. Get inspired. Again, right here, if you want to take any free movement, you're welcome to. Whatever feels good for you, maybe it's bending at your knees. Maybe it's spinal rolling to plank pose, back to downward facing dog a few times. Maybe you want to move through some vinyasas if that's part of your practice. And perhaps the most inspiring thing for you right now is to find some stillness. Breathe. Nice. Let's round forwards, plank pose. Get light onto your tiptoes. Draw your shoulder blades away from each other, chin to chest. Come all the way forward, shoulders above your wrists. And exhale, tabletop, lower both knees down at the same time. Adjust your stance. This flow right here is designed for us to inspire ourselves. If there is any movement you feel called to create in the next 5 breaths, let's say, maybe it's in cat-cow breaths, just like we did at the beginning of the class. Maybe it's finding child's pose, coming all the way back up, flow between that a few times. Find some movement that feels good for you. It's not even necessarily it doesn't have to be any yoga informed poses either, just whatever feels right for you. Imagine what would you do right here if you've never done yoga before? How would you move? 2 more breaths. Tabletop. Wrist creases beneath our shoulders, knees beneath our hips. Let's extend the left leg back behind us this time. Inhale. Point all your left toes down, even that left pinky toe. This will help us to square our hips. Push your palms into the mat or into the blocks. And push that left heel away from you. Full breath in right here. Exhale, bring that left knee in towards your chest, round through your spine, hollow out to the front body, navel in towards your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, extend it all the way back. 3-legged tabletop. And exhale, bring that left knee in towards your nose again, round through the spine, create some fire through the core. Breathe in, extend back. Breathe out, knee to nose one last time. Inhale, straighten that left leg out behind you. And exhale, drop that left foot to the back of the mat. Right foot swings a little bit off the right edge of your mat. So it gives us a little bit of space to be able to balance here a little bit easier. So right shin bit a diagonal. And then bring your left heel down. So the whole of that left foot will be down to the mat. Like a warrior stance if you practice warrior poses. Stick your left hand to the sky. Creating length all the way down through that left leg by anchoring down the outer edge of that left foot. Take a full inhale right here. Left arm up and over your left ear as you breathe out. Again, how much length can you create right here? From your left fingertips to your left outer, left pinky toe. Can you spiral your upper body a little bit towards the left edge of your mat? And staying strong through that right hand, right wrist underneath right shoulder. Left hand back up towards the sky, breathe in. Exhale, wakey, wakey, left hip. Let's lift that left leg straight up in line with your left hip. Side's feeling it. Maybe do a couple of little leg circles, tiniest little. We're not trying to go for like big circles, trying to think small and control. Reverse the direction if you haven't already of these circles. Good. Take an inhale, bring your left knee towards your chest. And exhale, step that left foot to the top of your mat, left hand back down and right foot behind that right knee. Setting up for Anjali, reach your arms to the sky. Inhale, maybe slight back bend if that feels good. And exhale, hands lower down to frame your left. Press into your left foot, lift that back knee, breathe in. Lift that right foot, stack it to meet your right at the top. Lift your right foot so at the top of to meet your left as you breathe out. Again, a couple of breaths, have a wiggle. Release any tension, moving like nobody is watching. See how it feels. See what you need to feel inspired, energized, and grounded right here. 2 more breaths to flow in a way that feels good for you. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen through the spine, hands can find your shins. Exhale, fold. Draw your lobes in towards each other, relax your shoulders, deepen into the fold a little. Begin, bend your knees and your fingertips can't find the floor. High mountain, let's reach all the way up, reach your arms to the sky, lift the chest, breathe in. Exhale, hands find your heart. Find the moment, find our feet. We know it's coming on this side, so no spoilers alert. We are already, no spoilers required. Keep our hands at our heart center. Press into your left big toe mound, left heel, left pinky toe edge of foot. Start to reach your right knee in towards your chest, lifting that right foot. Can you bring that right knee in line with your right hip? The right ankle in line with the right knee. Keep the left big toe rooted down, especially the big toe mound, the ball of your foot. And find your drishti, find your breath if you have lost that connection. Take a slow breath in, reach your arms to the sky, move slow, move controlled. Exhale, hands find your heart, keep that control. Again, inhale, reach your arms to the sky, keep your focus to your gaze, to your breath. Exhale, hands find your heart center, pause. Steady breath in right here. Can you relax your left kneecap slightly? Exhale, slowly as you can. I'm going to counter screw. Land that right foot to the back of the mat. Like 3, 2, 1.5, and 1. Nice. Reach your arms to the sky. Inhale, crescent lunge, your back knee is lifted. Exhale, hands lower down to frame that left foot again. Hands to the mat, hands to the blocks, whatever feels good. Blocks can be, or hands rather, can be a little bit further forward to that left foot. You want a little bit of extra leverage right here. You're going to find that controlled step back once again. So press your hands down to the mount of the blocks. Can you lift your left heel? Can you draw that left knee towards your chest? Can you hover that left foot just an inch or two off the mat? Plank pose, breathe out, left foot meets your right. Shoulders above your wrist. Find your core, draw your lowers in towards each other, engage your glutes, your shoulder blades away from each other. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. 5 breaths right here. Have some time to be still, have some time to move. Have some time to figure out what you need right now in this moment. Maybe it's to breathe with awareness, with integrity. Maybe it's child's pose. Maybe it's down dog. Maybe it's having that little dance party on your mat that I know you guys want right now that I mentioned it. That's round forward, high plank pose, breathe in. Let's create even more fire. Lose the blocks if your hands have been on them. Lower down to forearm plank. Hands down, elbows one at a time can drop down. Forearms to the mat. Shoulders above your elbows. See if you keep your forearms parallel. So rather than tracing our fingers, try to keep our forearms like number 11s. Push into your forearms, round through your shoulder blades, creating space in between them. And then can you draw your lower ribs in towards each other, even right here, creates even more hollowing through the front body. One more breath in right here, we're doing good. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your hips. Finding one of my most favorite back bends of all time, Sphinx pose. So our forearms will stay on the mat in exactly the same shape. Elbows underneath our shoulders. And hips lowered all the way down, legs straight behind us. This is one back bend that I think we could stay in all day. Maybe we need to after all that forearm plank action. We can have a little bit more heart opening here if that'll feel good for you. By having the energy, the intention of dragging your hands back without actually moving them. But see how this just gentle, really subtle intention is energetic, drawing back, drawing heart forwards. So chest through the gateway of your arms. If this is feeling quite a lot for your lower back, press into the tops of your feet so your kneecaps will lift a little and engage your glutes at the same time, so your butt muscles. This will really help support the back by using the muscles we need in the back bend, our posterior chain. Take one more breath in just here. And as you breathe out, bring your elbows out wide. Fingertips come to meet in the center of your mat. Lower your forehead all the way down onto your hands, onto your fingertips. Forehead can be down. If it feels better, place one ear onto the mouth or onto your hands. Whichever ear feels intuitive for you. I think we'll feel a little bit more awake now. Fingertips underneath your shoulders. And keep the elbows lifted. Stay light onto your fingertips so your palms will be lifted too. How slowly can we begin to lift the head and lift the chest? Keep your shoulder, your front of your shoulders broad so your collarbones are broad. Deep breath in here, heart forward. And exhale slowly, rib by rib. Lower all the way down. Just move into a space that feels comfortable for you one more time. It does not have to be all the way. See what feels good for you in your body right now. And lift back up. And exhale, slowly hinge back down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, spidery hands, cobra pose. And exhale, lowering all the way back down. Palms underneath your shoulders, press into your palms. We'll make our way up to tabletop first, hands and knees. And child's pose for just maybe 3 to 5 breaths. Knees wide, big toes together. Hips down towards your heels, and make sure you can relax your forehead down to the mat. So all of that fiery plank action, it may feel good to relax your hands down by your sides. See how your arms up forward, they're more kind of down by fingertips by your toes. Can you relax your head, your shoulders, your jaw? Can you let your arms just rest lazily wherever they are? Let's come back to downward facing dog. Going to move through one more flow. Gonna add on a few more poses. And we're gonna take a meditation, some pranayama, some breath work right at the very end. Spine downward facing dog. Please reach your right leg to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. It's like a three-legged tabletop, and this time, again, keeping your toes pointed down, even at that pinky toe, how high, right pinky toe, right toes, right leg is lifted. How high can you lift that right leg for a moment? Just lose all that alignment, even maybe stacking your right hip on top of left. How high can you reach your foot? And then again, square your hips, turn all your toes, and point straight down. Pause here, breathe in, sit up three-legged dog. And as you breathe out, bring your knee to your nose, round through your spine. Just like we did in the tabletop, you're welcome to drop your back knee down to do this if it's feeling like way too much. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach your right leg up and back, move slow. And exhale, knee to your nose and round. Last time, inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, right foot meets your left. You're going to move into side plank. So the gate pose we were in before, if this is going to feel better for you, let's refine this pose. So lowering that right knee about halfway between down the mat. If you want to move into full side plank, you're going to start to lift that left hand, right hand down to the mat, and open your whole of your front body down that left side of your mat. So right wrist underneath right shoulder, and stagger your feet. Then place your left foot on top of your right. Left hand all the way towards the sky. Can you almost rainbow through that right, the whole of your underneath side? Almost making this arch. Big breath in right here. And exhale, slowly lower your left hand, find high plank pose, breathe in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, inhale, lift up. And exhale, knee to your nose and pause. Three-legged dog, breathe in. And exhale, knee to your nose. If you're feeling warm, we're creating new strength, new muscle. One more time, inhale, three-legged dog. How inspired can we be? Exhale, knee to your nose. Again, you can always drop your back knee down if you need. Three-legged dog, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Side plank to the left. Again, option to move into gate pose. Again, just bring that left knee down. Otherwise, you're going to get really stable through that left arm. Left shoulder on top of left wrist. Start to lift your right hand. Staggering your feet, right foot in front of left if you need. Or stacking right foot on top of left if you're feeling strong. Find your core, draw your lowers in towards each other. And then can you lift up? So you're almost creating a rainbow through that underneath side. Maybe even looking towards your right fingertips to feel the balance. Slowly plank pose. Lower your right hand. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Knees down, wide. Big toes together, touching. Relax your hips back. Maybe definitely this time relax your arms down by your side. Shake your head slowly on the mat. Like you're massaging your forehead. Notice your breath. Use your breathing a little bit more fiery now. Notice your mind. Are you feeling inspired? Are your thoughts inspiring? And can you change them if they are feeling negative to something a little bit more based from positivity, optimism, inspiration? Just make our way up to seated, kneeling. Whatever feels good for you and your body. just now. Maybe sitting on a chair. Wherever we are, I want us to remain seated rather than lying down. It's going to come a little bit further forward from here. So finding a comfortable state to sit, kneeling, seated, chair, whatever feels good for you, doesn't really matter. Let's bring our palms down onto our lap or onto our knees. And palms can face up, and backs of hands to our legs. Spend a moment here with your eyes open, just notice your breathing. I don't know about you, but my breath is definitely deeper. Definitely more powerful after all of that movement. And how does it feel to close down your eyes? Moving into some gentle breath work that always helps me feel energized and grounded all at the same time. It's pretty magical. We're going to visualize as we breathe in that energy is drawing from our tailbone all the way up our spine to the crown of our head. And every time you breathe out, we're kind of reversing this, so energy or breath, whatever works for you, drawing down from your head, down through your spine, all the way to your sit bones. Let's see how this feels for you. And as you breathe in, energy rises from the earth to the crown of your head. And every time you breathe out, energy drawing back down, grounding you, connecting you to that. Keep this visualization. Keep your breath strong. Inhaling to feel energized. Exhaling to feel grounded. Let's take another 10 breaths just like this. Four more breaths. Every inhale, energy drawing from your sit bones, from your tailbone, all the way to the crown of your head. And every breath out, energy drawing back down, crown of your head to your tailbone, connecting you to that. Releasing from this visualization. Bring both hands to your heart center. Palms can connect in front of your sternum, your breastbone. Take a moment here. Your eyes still can stay closed if that feels good for you. Just feeling this energy, this power, this strength that we've created. Being grateful that you've given yourself this time to practice yoga, to breathe, to come back to yourself. Please feel free to find this inspiration exercise I mentioned at the beginning. I'll post about this later on Instagram. But for now, yogas, namaste. Thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you, guys. And I will see you on Monday. Have a gorgeous weekend. Bye for now.